from the street food stalls of Bacolod to the culinary capitals of the world, this person I'm going to introduce to you, he has steered and he has grilled and he has plated his way into Filipino hearts. There's got to be a secret here. And so, he's a chef, he's a surfer, he's an adventurer, he's a storyteller, he's a public speaker, and he's an inspiration to many. And today, in Conversations, we're turning the heat, not in the kitchen, but right here where the conversation begins. And so, I'd like you to express your appreciation with me by welcoming a very special guest of ours, Chef JP Anglo.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, Chef, thank you very much.
Thank you. Gusto kong umiyak sa intro mo. Yeah, that was really touching, Uncle. Thank you.
Thank you. And I appreciate the fact that you flew all the way from Dubai just to guest here.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
At alam mo kung bakit tuwang-tuwa ako nandito siya? Binigyan niya ako ng Dubai chocolate. There you go. Thank you very much. Ngayon, so many people are following you. And then, as I started this introduction, sabi ko, from the food stalls in Bacolod, all the way here, you know, habang ini-introduce kitang ganyan, naalala ko, ang daming mga taong kumukuha ng culinary arts and wanting to be where you are. Can you tell me a little bit about your journey from what made you decide to enter into the food business and what was the turning point that made you choose this course?
Okay. Uncle, before I answer that question, let me say first that being a chef is not easy. I mean, what you see is the byproduct of...
Right.
I mean, what you see right now is 10%. 90% we're all failures and we're all burns.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, being fired and stress. I mean, it's a profession that's not for everyone. But if you're good at it, then go for it. Kumbaga, di ba? And it just happened to be na it's the only thing I'm really good at. So wala na akong...
Hindi naman.
So, what led me? I guess what you said, like, just as I grow older and as I mean, I attribute my evolution to the people I surround myself with.
Okay.
So, and you're one of them. You're sort of like my new age mentor. Even though it doesn't show.
That's the irony, a new age mentor for an old ager like me, right?
Sige, you're my salt and pepper mentor na lang.
Thank you.
So, yeah, like what you said, it's my love language to sort of like make people happy, to give them hope, to, I don't know, maybe it's from my angkong. My yeah. I didn't tell you this, no?
No, I never knew about that.
My angkong was a very, very, very well-respected, well-loved man in our hometown in Bacolod City.
Bacolod, okay.
Si Oscar Anglo. Si Ke Kong Leng. Oscar Anglo Sr. Yeah, so Dad and the Anglo family, if you're watching this, I am doing my best in my own little way to sort of like carry the legacy of our angkong.
So you got it from him, wanting to make people happy.
Yeah, and it just so happened to be food.
Food, right, right. Alam mo, I have something to confess to you, you know, I do corporate training, I speak everywhere, so food is not really my compartment or competence. Pagkatapos, I've never told you this, but I have something to confess. I've never liked the impression of nakikita ko sa TV kasi if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen, and then barking orders, nakmumura and everything and throwing tantrums. Sabi ko, bakit ganun ang leader sa kitchen? Until I met you.
Ganun rin ako dati. I guess I was talking to a chef the other day, naka-age ko rin, and I was telling him, you know, back back in the day, I was this and that. He stopped me. Hindi niya na ako tinuloy. We were all once like that.
Oh.
Parang ganun. And I guess, Uncle, that was then. Now it's different. So, kaya importante yung evolution. Importante yung you have to adapt.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, if my cooks sees this, siguro, bakit nagbago yan?
But what are the reasons why nagbago? What are the factors that forces you to adapt also?
I guess, syempre, experience, age, wisdom, being a dad. And I think also being a dad is the strongest sort of like turning point or well, first of all, meeting my wife, I think I really toned down. Because without like a equalizer, diba? You're just going full throttle. Hindi mo alam hindi mo alam may natamaan ka na pala or marami ka nang natamaan kasi dire-diretso ka lang, para kang freight train. And then with the equalizer, then
But napapanood ko yung YouTube mo eh. So, you guys, you better watch his YouTube channel. Dami ka matututunan. It's not just about food eh. It's about everyday life, no, and living. And nakikita ko you're a very deeply committed family man. No?
I am, surprisingly.
Considering na surfer ka, tapos sportsman ka, and everything. And by the way, I hope you'll forgive me. Kasi very casual ka na, siwa ako eh. So I think I have to remove this one.
No.
Para hindi ako...
Ako ngayong... ito na ngayong nagdikwelyo talaga ako ngayon eh. Kasi Francis Kong to eh.
Hindi naman. Now, there's a trend that's happening right now. Na ang balita ko raw is that Filipino food is getting into the minds and the consciousness of people from all over the world.
Yeah.
Why is that so?
There's a movement. Especially mga second gen, third gen guys overseas. What they do is they go back to where we came from, go back to their roots. Because they are well trained, they worked in all these great restaurants around the world. Okay. And then all those techniques right now, they are applying to Filipino food. And that's why Filipino food is
umangat.
May momentum siya.
May momentum.
Pero give it some time. Huwag natin siyang biglain. Yeah.
And I heard somewhere na parang in New York, you're very familiar with New York, parang there's a movement like foreigners are even asking for adobo.
Yeah.
What is it about adobo that caters to the flavor of these people?
You know what it is? It's nostalgia. It makes them...
So?
Ito na lang. Si Anthony Bourdain.
All right.
The Anthony Bourdain. Yes. His nanny is from Pasig for 8 years.
His nanny?
The nanny Pasig of his daughter.
Oh, okay.
So... when the nanny cooks at home for herself, you smell it. So it triggers something.
All right.
So I guess, say in Dubai, diba we're caring people, where we magaling tayo mag-alaga.
Yes.
So when we cook in our little corner, yung amoy na yan, umaakit yan sa second floor.
Oo nga, umaakit nga.
So I think it triggers something.
Yeah.
So don't underestimate the humble adobo.
Oo nga eh. And while talking about Dubai, ang haba ng pila doon sa restaurant mo doon, kuya?
Minsan.
And I'm so happy that we were able to get a seat and the food is good. Chef, hindi kita binobola. The food is really good. So if you guys are going to Dubai, you can visit all those magnificent buildings there, but if you miss this restaurant, you miss everything, right?
If you want real food with soul, we're not fancy, but we're sincere.
Yes. And talking about sincerity,
wait, can I tell you, when Uncle Francis first went to Kuya, binulungan na ako ng wife ko na, hey, that's Francis Kong. I said, who? So then I Googled, oh. So then when I looked at you, na-feel ko na that you were someone. The vibe, the energy. Pero you were very low-key. Pero yun naman yung mga OG eh. Yung hindi na kailangan magsuot ng Hugo Boss. Pero kung maliit lang na Paul Smith, maliit na maliit. If you know, you know. Hindi ko nga alam kung ano to eh.
Letter U. Nandun ka pala.
Nandun ako. I saw you. I said hi. Hindi, I nodded lang.
Oh.
I have to admit, I was slightly intimidated.
Oh my goodness.
And then, pero at that time, wala pa ako dun sa face ng what you're doing.
Oh.
And then I think everything happens for a reason, and I met you at the right time. And so there, that's sorry, I interrupted you. That was just my little anecdote.
Kaya lang ngayon, parang umiikot ang isip ko, ba't di ka nagpakilala? Hindi tuloy ako nakahingi ng discount eh, di ba?
Hindi, okay lang. Para sa, hindi, on the house, for walang forever, lifetime membership.
I'm just kidding. And I'm so happy with the transitions happening now in your life. Una sa lahat, you're a very, very good vlogger.
Naks.
So, galing kasi napipick up mo yung mga nuances na hindi nakukuha ng iba eh. There's something about I know that being a chef, malakas ang pangamoy mo, yung panlasa mo, pero pati mata mo eh, may nakikita ka na hindi masyadong nakikita. That's why your YouTube episodes has registered a huge following, which again, I'm gonna say, don't miss that, watch it. And secondly, nakikita kong transition mo now is in public speaking. And there's a big company here that invited you, and they loved you for that.
Yeah.
So, how was your experience naman?
Well, I called you first. And we had a conversation, and we rehearsed, and then you broke it down for me. And then, yeah, I guess, guys, if you want to be great, surround yourself with great people. If you want to succeed in life, I mean, don't ask someone that hasn't achieved anything. Diba, Uncle? Diba?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, sometimes you want to do something, but then you're asking the wrong... You're asking the wrong question, or you're asking the wrong person.
The wrong person, yeah.
And sometimes, yun nga sinasabi ko eh, just keep quiet, do it, and then just tell 3 people that you respect, and then don't listen to the noise na.
That's true.
Because if not, hindi ka talaga daming...
hindi
pwede yan, hindi pwede.
So, ang daming as you said, if you want to be great, you got to be surrounded by people who are great. So, who were the chefs whom you would consider as great that surrounded you, that formed you to be the person you are today?
So many, really. And they came in different different stages of my life.
Okay.
I can't name just one.
All right.
But I guess just even like you'll learn something from a dishwasher. You'll, like what you said, you just have to find those cracks, and you'll pick up something. Like kanina, ang security guard na kausap ko kanina, parang, what did I mean, we just had a casual conversation, and I was able to pick up something. And maybe because siya yung nag-una eh. Pinuri niya ako, and then na-touch ako, pinuri niya ako sa kotse ko. Sobra ako na-flattered. And then, I had a conversation with him. And I think that conversation kind of made his day. Because no one really talks to them straight in the eye.
Right.
Diba? It's all, Kuya, saan ako magpa-park? Parang, magkano? Or, diba? I mean, kawawa. Punching bag sila eh.
Kawawa rin. Maybe that's also the reason why when I go to a hotel and I speak, pino-photo op ko, hindi yung mga managers or leaders, yung mga staff.
Right.
Yung mga nasa counter.
Right.
So I will say, hey, these guys work so hard.
Right.
Just give them recognition lang naman.
Yes.
Sometimes they really love the fact that we appreciate them. So with that, have you ever encountered extremely difficult customers who are so demanding yung gusto nila goes way beyond what you can provide?
Maybe. It's just that siguro I structured our establishment that we don't want those types. Parang sa pinto pa lang siguro may vibe na. Pero yeah, I guess I can't remember lang. Pero what I do is if I see someone that's kinda difficult, I disarm them na. Or para kasi alam ko na konting mali lang namin, they're gonna hit us.
Para hindi na mag-escalate.
Yes. So I try to diffuse na sa simula pa lang. But I guess kung meron man, I'll tell you off-cam.
Ilista natin. Now, I remember when this huge musician and a star, nung dumating, ikaw yung nag-cater.
Right.
Is it okay to mention her name?
Yeah.
Olivia Rodrigo. Diba? Simple lang, Olivia Rodrigo. Who's she anyway? So, si chef ang nag-cater. And she herself is a very kind and nice person. And we're also proud of her kasi parang brand ambassadors for the Philippines.
Yeah.
But did you notice na iba yung star, pero madalas yung napapaligiran ng mga tao cannot be the same as kind as her, di ba?
Yes.
Did you have a hard time during that time? Kasi iba rin ang expectation na ako, gorjado ko itong star eh.
Yeah.
So you gotta treat me like her also.
No, I remember I treated them equally.
Okay.
You know, I gave them I gave them gifts, but I guess they're just doing their jobs, and someone needs to be the bad cop, someone needs to be the good cop, and they're just protecting her.
Okay.
And I mean, I understand how it works, and but with that like level, na Hollywood level, there's so many layers na, and it's a good learning experience though.
Right.
Para siguro God gave us that opportunity so that we can, if say given the opportunity, given the chance again, we know how to carry ourselves in a better fashion. Because for us, that was one of the first na parang, uy, Hollywood level, iba pala to.
Iba yan.
Parang, uy, ibang league to. Yeah, so.
Siguro iba yung Hollywood level, iba pa yung mga politicians level, high office people,
Yeah.
So that means, ikaw dapat ang maging flexible.
Yeah, I learned this from a seasoned waiter in Dubai. He's from Sri Lanka, I believe. Anish. Sabi niya, you have to read the person. Even though, example, ikaw, kasi he's been working that restaurant for like 30 years. Sabi niya example, si Sir Francis, he's not the same every day. Sometimes he's tired.
Right.
Sometimes he's hungry. Sometimes he's happy.
Right.
So you, as the server, should read him. And that's how you equalize everything or like temper everything. Galing. Like, sabi ko, grabe, no? You don't have to, sometimes answers are just under your nose.
Exactly. You know what makes that significant kasi? Yung rendering excellent customer service, you can render it if you follow a script. Pero mababaw. But if you take an extra effort in reading the person, understanding where the person is coming from, the word that we commonly use for that is called empathy. Then yung level of engagement deepens a lot. No?
Right. There's one chef that told me, si Hatam Matar, he's a friend of mine in Dubai. Siga rin yan. And then, sabi niya, brother, Benyao, I don't ask them how the food is. I ask them, are you taken care of? Sabi niya, because flavor is flavor. Yes, it's good. But are you taken care of? Because that's something that they will not forget.
Oh, nga, no.
Parang, I guess, hindi lang porket mas magaling ka magluto, okay na lahat. It's what you feel. Kaya siguro balik sa adobo, it's what, you know, it's yung feeling mo.
Correct.
After.
Oo.
I guess, parang ganun. Sorry, malakas sana yung ending ko. May punchline, may pang ganun sana ako. Biglang na, nahulog ako sa kabayo. Teka lang, inumin ko muna yung kape na to. Kala mo kung...
Anti-climactic.
Kung nandito yung asawa ko, gaganon lang. Ay, nako. He didn't get to your point.
But Camille is so supportive, no? Sobrang supportive sa'yo.
Sobrang supportive, nice. sobrang harsh rin. So, which is, ganun naman talaga.
What we need.
Yeah. We need the truth.
Yeah. Tsaka the funny thing about food is that parang it appeals to all the senses of the human being. May makita ka lang na hindi mo gusto, sira ng appetite. Yeah. Iba lang yung temperatura ng aircon, mainit o masyadong malamig. May effect, no? So, bilang a seasoned chef and a professional one at that, how would you say na ito ang perfect condition for someone to appreciate the food that you prepare?
Wow. Bigat nun ah. Parang Miss Universe yan ah. Teka lang. Geez, I mean, like what you said, Uncle, there's a lot of moving parts. I mean, cooking is, not unless you go to Jollibee, where Jollibee, they have it down to a science. Diba? You go to Jollibee, anywhere in the world, a Chicken Joy is a Chicken Joy.
Right.
With us, there's so many moving parts, so many factors, and I guess that's the difference because tao lang. Pero if you catch us at a good day, which we should be consistent.
Right.
So I guess to answer your question, you just gotta execute no matter what. Kahit, kung sira yung exhaust, or kung mainit sa kusina, or you're not feeling well, you still have to deliver. That's what I always tell my wife. When there's a problem, there's an opportunity.
Right.
And like what you said, it can be, that opportunity can be a lifetime thing.
Correct.
It can be, you can gain loyalty from that. First problem, then opportunity, then it's how you handle it, then meron ka ng, loyalty is difficult to achieve, right?
There's also one thing unique about you that I really, really appreciate. Hindi kita pinabola, and that's not my style. But I have to give you credit for what I see you doing. You have opened up yourselves, and you're not stingy. Hindi ka swapang sa kaalaman mo. You shared with others. In fact, you collaborate with other chefs also. And I think that's how I got to know you through my son, who's also in the restaurant business. No? So, would you say that this is something that's unique to you, na nung araw hindi masyadong ginagawa, pero ngayon, the industry now is opening up for collaboration wherein chefs help each other?
Yeah. Yeah. Right now, it's all about that kasi you learn from each other. That's the purpose of it.
Yeah.
To learn from each other. I actually remember earlier I was telling you na lately Tagalogin ko na lang para hindi maintindihan ng iba. Kasi I was supposed to do a pop-up with this one restaurant. But then parang it wasn't collaborative. I say this in the most respectful way. It's just that their market wasn't ready for Filipino food. And I told the owner, I said, "Hey man, I think wag na natin pilitin." Kasi they wanted to temper us. So, wala nang maiiwan sa atin.
Correct.
So, hindi na siya. What's the point of collaborating kung if it's 2080 Dapat 50-50, di ba?
Oo.
So, and then, you know, we were gentlemen. Parang it was a very nice way of saying, sige, let's not do it. And parang, I think the respect with each other lumaki. Because like he took it very well, I took it very well, and then
no offenses.
None taken, and let's just move on. Then he said, yung ending niya, let me know when you're ready. In my mind, let me know when you're ready.
Kahit sa collaboration din, if your heart is right and the other one hindi masyado, not in a bad way, but there should be chemistry. Medyo nagbe-blend din yung dalawa.
Yeah.
Now, I want to shift my talk towards what are the lessons you've learned now that you're a father?
Parang in my position, parang you can make or break someone's day. Even like just at work, diba? Like it's how you carry yourself, what you say can affect a lot of people, can affect the team. And so I'm very mindful of that now. I guess, being a dad, parang bigla kang sabi ko nga, ano bang may nainom ba ako? Or bakit ang bait ko? Minsan inunahan ko na lang yung tao kasi I see it that they wanna, it's like a thought bubble of theirs. He's a different person than before. He used to be an asshole. This guy used to be a prick. And now he's nice. Then I just, inunahan ko na. Kasi they would ask, how is it? What's the feeling of being a dad? I'm a better person. Para tapos na yung usapan.
Correct.
Sige. So Uncle, parang the other day, it's my job to be firm and strict. As a leader, I'm not like this. I'm serious. And I used to be like what you said earlier. I used to be that. I used to be an asshole. Parang walang preno. What changed lang is ngayon, I'm not that, pero I'm firm. So the other day, I'm not proud of it, pero I had to do it because I had a very complicated employee, and I had to break him first for us to fix him. Because we tried everything. Then sabi ko, and I don't know, like deep down I feel like I feel him. I feel somehow I don't feel good about myself, pero I feel that he's sad.
Right.
One of my chefs even called me, and because she was right beside me, and said, "Chef, are you sure? Grabe, chef, hindi ako nakatulog sa sinabi mo sa kanya." I was so affected. And then I called her. I said, you know, I was very happy on how you handled yourself. You were very mature and objective. But kasi she was suggesting something and I took it. But if you, sabi ko sa kanya, I trust you with what you're suggesting to me. And I believe in you. So just make sure to stand by it. And atras ako. You take care. If you say that you're gonna take care of it, then because I trust you. Pero deep down, I know that I had to do it. And I told him point blank when I was speaking to him. I said, look, I'm gonna be completely honest with you because I'm not attacking you. This is for your own good. Maybe down the road, you'll thank me. Now you're crying in front of me. You feel devastated, whatever. But, you know.
For your own good.
Fast forward, he's trying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I teach on leadership, diba? So I've met different kinds of leaders. There's the autocratic leader, there's the laissez-faire leader. Alam mo yung mga taong leader, kunyari delegate, pero tamad lang naman. I've met so many different kinds of leaders. Pero the best leadership timpla or formula I've seen, especially if you are the business owner, is you have to be firm, but you also have to be fair.
Yeah.
So when there's firmness and fairness on an equal par, people will understand. And then instead of hating you for treating them like that, it gives them enough time to reflect. Hindi naman si boss fair naman sa akin pero ito siguro I need to improve.
Yeah.
And what we do is for the benefit of the people naman I mean,
right.
We don't wake up in the morning and then we pray and then decide, sino kaya ang sisirain kong buhay ngayon? We don't do that naman. So, will you agree with me if I say handling a business is not easy, but the most difficult issue will always be people?
Yes.
Yeah. No?
But that's where we're good at.
Right, when we bring out the best in them naman, sila rin ang nag-grow for us. I'm going to bring you to this is an issue that I have been struggling with, and I couldn't figure out why, but as a seasoned professional chef like you and you own businesses, bakit ba and I'm like you. I'm a creature of habit. If I like this lagi yun ang in-order ko. Tapos kung lumalaki naman yung restaurant and everything, but lumiliit yung serving. Why do they do that?
Wow, there's so many ways of answering that question. I guess, Uncle, it's yung scale. When you scale, things become different. Like it's, say, you're used to cooking 3 kilos of chicken adobo.
Okay.
Really well every single day. Then biglang pumatok yung adobo na yan. Biglang nag-viral. Kasi meron kang ibang nilagay na wow. So, mag-branch out ka. So there's so many factors.
Yeah.
Are you ready? Is your team ready?
Ready, yeah.
Is your equipment ready? Is your system ready?
Right.
So, if not, and then you push through, that's
kaya pala.
Yun.
Yeah.
I mean, we were like that. We had one sarsa. We did it really well. We did 2 really well. 3, we were, I think, struggling na. Then we went up to 6. Then now we're back to 1.
Yeah.
Because we're just good at that.
Yeah,
we're not, I mean, to each his own. To each his own, really. Merong iba magaling sa marami, merong iba magaling sa isa or sa dalawa lang.
And then the funny thing about this is I assess myself and I realize the customers know.
They can tell.
They can tell it.
Yeah.
You switch a little bit of a recipe, the size gets smaller.
Yeah.
You can tell.
They can tell, yeah. Even with, Uncle, even with social media. This is funny because, wait, sana may matamaan. I mean, I'll try to say it in the, come on, real talk lang naman.
Yeah,
real talk lang naman. Like when you said that they can tell, I mean this in a good way. There are companies. Example tayo. Kukunin tayo. Tapos, kukunin tayo to inspire or to help.
Yes.
Pero yung gusto nila, song and dance. Paano yun? Hindi na kami yun.
Oo nga.
And then, yung gusto nila, example, chicken skin. Yung gusto nila, sa simula ng video or ng whatever, chicken skin ka agad. So ikaw, huwag naman. Nandyan lang yung chicken skin. Usap tayo ngayon. Ngayon, kainin ko yung chicken skin. Tapos, sarap na ito. Tapos usap tayo ulit. Like what you said, yung viewers, matalino na ngayon.
Matalino.
Diba? Si Mauro nagnanod. Diba? I mean, you're used to this. You work with like all these big companies, and diba they say, do this, do that. That's my frustration.
Correct.
Because, don't get me wrong, guys. Diba tayo, Uncle, you get me, I want to deliver. Above and beyond tayo. Like kanina, sabi mo, yung next free. Ganun rin ako. Pero kung pinipilit mo, parang, guys, come on, look at the algorithm. It's not working.
Oo nga. I remember there's a...
Not saying I'm the best, pero yun lang. Anyway.
There's a bank who got me for internal communications lang to promote internally a particular product within. So, of course, they get a professional organizer to do the whole thing with a product manager they're watching. Ang mahigpit talaga yung organizer. So, you have to follow the script and you have to follow the script. Sabi ko, I am gonna warn you, ang hina ko sa memorization. I can't even memorize one paragraph. So, sabi no, but that's what the client wants. Di ba? So, siyempre, I tried it. Guess what? 16 takes. Hindi ko makuha talaga. Until finally, this third party was exhausted. The product manager was exhausted. I was obviously exhausted. I said, could you just allow me once lang? Speak it in my own way. Total, 16 times ko na na-memorize yung script So, I would know what to say. One take, tapos.
Yun.
One take. So, meron tayong mga natural strength and competence that we can use. Pero if they have the proclivity to force it upon us to do what they want, at contra, it won't work. It will not work.
And also, Uncle, what I've noticed with that situation, scenario or setup is there's so many layers. You have the client, you have the agency, you have the production, and then pagdating sa'yo, diluted na.
Correct.
So, like yung recent na talk na where I consulted you, the beauty of that lang is that we had direct access to the client.
They allowed you
Yeah.
Diba?
So si organizer was trying to stop me, but they couldn't because client said, yes.
Go ahead.
So then, we were able to, parang, we were able to deliver.
Correct.
So, yun lang minsan. Sana wala na masyadong layers. But I know if we can fix na lang the checkpoints.
Right. Kasi creativity diba?
Yeah.
I've rarely heard of forced creativity. It doesn't happen that way. You gotta have the freedom and autonomy to exercise and express your idea. As we wind up our conversation, and I want to thank you for giving us time for this one. And I realize you have a short stay here, that you're gonna be flying back to Dubai. Are you expanding?
Moving. Yeah.
Okay, to a better place.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Okay. All right.
Hopefully.
Good. But the UAE is such a vast place with so many Filipinos there.
Yeah, we're expanding pala kasi we're opening a small parang food, or opening a small version of a kuya.
All right.
Pero then, at the same time, we want to move. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, tell me your convictions. What made you think of opening in UAE and not just thinking about scaling here locally?
Because over there, it's, sorry. It's not represented well, it's unrepresented, or how do you say that? Misrepresented. Okay. I'll pick up from misrepresented. Sasabihin nila, si Chef hindi naman marunong mag-English. Misrepresented. Pick up. I guess in what Camille and I realized in the Middle East, Filipino food is misrepresented in a way that it's a mom and pop thing, and hindi pa siya nag-mature into a, like what, diba, you want it to be consistent, you want it to be, ayaw mo nang pwede na. So And the market's ready for it.
Yeah.
And it's about time.
It's about time.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, di ba umiikot ako sa UAE, I talk to the Filipino communities everywhere. I've heard nothing but good things about Kuya. And then I've heard people, you know, the food is good. We know that. Pero beyond the food is the feeling of pride.
Yeah.
We have a Filipino restaurant here that's big. Alam mo yung mga kumakain dito, mga foreigners, yung that's something money cannot buy, di ba? Yung goodwill and being well represented. You know?
It's a nice feeling to be well received, and it's, you know, I mean, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of humility also to balance everything.
Right.
It's a nice feeling that that people are proud of you, but at the same time, it's also a nice feeling that you, example naman, baliktarin mo naman. Like a few days ago, si Jokoy pumunta. Yung feeling nila sa amin, yun naman yung feeling namin kay Jokoy. So
right.
it parang umiikot lang, and it keeps everyone
right.
inspired and happy.
Yes, everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So we go back to the original motive that you have to make people happy, you know.
Yeah.
One last question before we wind up. Since you're in the food business, if you were food, how would you describe yourself? Are you Japanese food? Are you Asian food? Are you Mediterranean? Or how would you describe yourself?
Deep down, I'm Chinese. Deep down, because it's my comfort food.
Talaga.
Cantonese food.
All right.
In the surface, of course, 100% Filipino. 100%.
Ang galing, ano?
Pero hindi lang, uncle, hindi lang, ayaw ko na taga-Bacolod ako eh. Gusto ko, hindi naman na, I mean this in a, not in a, like, selfish way pero, gusto ko, like, inclusive ako. Ayaw ko na Ilonggo lang. I mean, kasi marami rin masarap eh. Pampanga, Bicol, you know, Mindanao. So, parang gusto ko, I guess, what I'm really trying to say is that gusto ko ng unity. And that's why I wanna, if I can, I wanna cover all, like, regions para we can all unite.
I was almost closing the program, but you just gave me one more question I want to ask. Because I travel all over. I've got speaking engagements in Bacolod, I've got speaking engagements in Pampanga. Why is it? Have you ever traced, parang ba't ang dami similarity yung Pampanga and Bacolod? They're good with food, they're very fashionable and all that. Have you ever traced the origin of it?
I think it's the, di ba example sa France, yung may mga hari at reyna. Di ba masarap yung mga pagkain nila? Dahil kailangan, ito yung gusto ng prince or ng king. I guess sa atin naman, well, sa amin, marami mga shindero. So, kailangan masarap yung pagkain ni amo. So I guess then it trickles down. So same with Pampanga. I think Pampanga has a very rich history as well, and so that's why, you know, their cuisine is rich as.
Galing, no? Galing.
I think that's the reason. So I guess hindi natin. It's okay to be Burgis.
That's right.
Because yung, di ba, it's yung perspective lang naman eh. It's how you look at things eh. And then, okay, social siya, mayaman siya, pero what can you get from that?
Correct.
Right?
Yeah. And circling back to when we started our conversation kanina, what advice can you give to young, idealistic people who are taking up culinary arts and then saying, one day I want to be like Chef JP? Can you offer them some advice?
Don't be idealistic. And I mean, you can't control it. You can't control it. Look, there's no formula really. It's really up to you where you want to go, who you want to be, and you'll figure it out along the way. Because that's what happened to me. It took me a really, really long time to find myself and to be comfortable in my own skin. And I tried different things. So don't get frustrated if you fail. Just keep trying till you find yourself. And lahat tayo hindi pareho. So, yun lang. But yeah, common, pero lahat tayo pareho ng end goal.
Correct. Now, that's good advice for students. What advice can you give for chefs that are practicing now?
Right. I know it's a difficult job, but as they say, there's always light at the end of the tunnel. And sometimes you're working 10, 12-hour shifts and you miss your family, especially if you're working overseas or on a boat. But there's always like that, yun nga, that rainbow, or always think of like, why am I doing this? And I guess eto, some of us kasi work for money. And when you work for money, you're always looking at your watch. But if you're working for passion and for the for the right reasons, then time flies. Next thing you know, na-promote ka na.
Yeah, we actually have a term for that. Well, somebody says, if it's just a job for you to make money, you will keep on looking at your watch. But if you love what you do what the watch does. It keeps on ticking. And once you do, and then you achieve a certain level of mastery and you keep on improving, then the watch doesn't catch your attention anymore because you're in a state of flow. Yung ba, tapos na pala? Ngayon ba? Today is done? Well, that's actually what I find common with successful people like you. Yung bang, sandali lang, tapos na pala. So you've achieved a state of flow, but there's hard work and process before you arrive at that stage. Study, absorb, learn, get yourself surrounded by the great people who can maintain an influence in you. So
that's why I really like hanging out with you. Really, I mean, it doesn't feel like they're here. And then I know you're asking all the questions, but I'm learning a lot, really. So thank you as well.
Thank you
as well.
In fact, I've learned so much from you. I've decided to be a chef. Joke, hindi ko kaya yan. So thank you very much, Chef JP. Thank you.
Uncle.
And greatness isn't always about the grand kitchen or a nice dinner table set up. And now that you've heard what Chef JP says, it's all about grit. It's all about improving yourself. It's all about choosing the company you're with. It's all about maturing. It's all about knowing how to serve the needs. It's all about making people happy. It's all about others. It's not about you. So that's one thing that I've learned from him, and I'm sure you have learned a lot as well. So I'd like to say thank you very much for this episode and being a part of this. This is Conversation, wherein we have real stories from real people. And ewan ko lang kung nakakuha ko na to. Chef, alam mo, dito hirap na hirap, pero sanay na sanay ka. Yung bang laging sinasabi nila, if you like this episode, ano ba to?
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Tapos, thumbs up sign. Ganun ba yun? Oh, there you go. Siya na lang. Thank you very much. And until the next episode here at Conversation, maraming salamat for being part of it.